Let's also tell you what else has happened in Islamabad, going beyond the context of just India and Pakistan relations. Well, earlier, Sushma Swaraj took part in the Heart of Asia conference over Afghanistan in the Pakistani capital. The External Affairs Minister expressed deep concern over rising terror attacks in Afghanistan and stressed on increased international cooperation to eliminate terrorism in all forms and all its safe havens. The conference even adopted a declaration where the 14-nation Heart of Asia pledged to work at a common counter-terrorism strategy and program to tackle terrorism. And for the first time, the declaration also mentions ISIS apart from the Al-Qaeda.
External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj reiterated India's continued support for democracy in Afghanistan while addressing the Heart of Asia conference in Islamabad. Expressing concern over rising incidents of terrorism in Afghanistan, she pointed out that recent incidents proved that terrorism had clearly not been wiped out from the country.
In the last few months, terrorism in Afghanistan has grown in both intensity and scope. Terrorists have made concerted efforts to capture and hold territory, reminding us that they have not changed.
Underlining that terrorism in Afghanistan has grown in both intensity and scope, she asked the international community to ensure that extremist forces do not find sanctuaries and safe havens in any name, form or manifestation. Swaraj asserted that on its part, India was ready to work with the Afghan government to strengthen its defense capability. She said India's vision of Heart of Asia was one of interlinked trade, transit, energy and communication routes, with Afghanistan as an important hub. She further said that India is willing to join hands with Pakistan and Afghanistan for trade and commerce.
It is also the collective duty of all of us to ensure that the forces of terrorism and extremism do not find sanctuaries and safe havens in any name, form or manifestation. We in Afghanistan's proximity have a particular responsibility in this regard.
It was Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Afghan President Ashraf Ghani who jointly inaugurated the Heart of Asia conference, attended by foreign ministers of several countries. Sharif, in his inaugural address, said, since Afghanistan is the heart of Asia, the entire region will be turbulent if there was trouble here. He pledged his government's complete support for the Afghan government.
We are convinced that terrorism and extremism is the common enemy of all. We need a collective approach to combat this menace.
The conference is aimed at dealing with the political and economic fallout of the withdrawal of US troops. Meanwhile, 8 people died in a Taliban attack of an airport in Kandahar. The area also houses the base of NATO Afghan forces. The attack has been linked to Afghan President Ashraf Ghani's Islamabad visit. Clearly, terrorism remains a major challenge, standing in the way of peace and development in Afghanistan. Newsnight Desk, DD News.